Today we are talking about love because love is part of the ingredients that help us coming to our own Christ. We are actually born a whole and complete human being, and the core of us is always this awakened, free, loving, really transcendent as self. We fix and heal the patterns inside our body-mind complex, as we become more open and loving, more free inside our patterns in this body-mind complex, we are also influencing the rest of creation. We are part of creation, and so as we change, so it changes. And the ripple effect can be quite profound. It is a thing of beauty when one person really begins to love themselves and accept themselves. It makes room for everybody in their world to take another step toward self-acceptance and self-love. So today I would like to talk to you about an idea. It's not a new idea particularly, but it seems foreign to many of us, which is to love yourself. Deeper wisdom, I think, would reveal that if you love yourself, if you really tenderly do care for yourself, you begin to release that sense of inadequacy, that sense of sinfulness, that sense of not being worthy, that rejection of love from the outside. You begin to redo that pattern, redo it in such a way that you make room for your mistakes, you make room for how you don't already know how to do everything already, you make room for your feelings, you make room for whatever arises, especially within your own body-mind system. Whatever arises, whatever your response to life is, whatever happens to you emotionally, love that. Love that. So it's a different thing than judge that. How many of us have this idea, I should not be angry? I should not be sad? I should not be jealous? Is that true? We don't really know. It's what's arising. And probably if we were to take a moment and investigate, judging it doesn't make it go away. Judging it almost asks for it to arise again, because ultimately it arises so that you might love it. As in everything in life is arising so that we might love it, rather than judge it, rather than separate from it, rather than finding something at fault with it. How about this? What if we just loved it? What if you just loved yourself? I love you, talking to yourself, speaking to your own heart, speaking to the inner child within you, speaking to that which has arisen. I love you. If it's the voice of anger or frustration, I love you. If it's the voice of fear, I love you. Or if it's the voice of vulnerability and weakness even, I love you. We respond to everything that arises in us in the same manner. Because this is the way to heal our body-mind. It is by loving ourselves that we give ourselves permission to transform. It gives our body-mind complex a place to unload its burden. So to take this a little deeper, if we have an emotion, we basically could go into the whole story thing. Start telling the story to ourselves, start amplifying why it's true, etc. A wiser way to do it might be this: to feel where in the body you feel that emotion. If it's in the stomach, for instance, you begin to take slow and yet probably deeper breaths into this part of the body. You breathe into that part of the body as you say these words, I love you. You allow the body to relax through the breath by giving it both the attention and the compassion that will allow it to be changed. Let the emotions have their day. You don't have to act on them, but you can feel and experience them breathe into that emotion and meet it with the statement, I love you. I think this is a marvelous way of practicing self-acceptance. And in so doing, practicing self-acceptance, we begin to be more accepting of the world around us. Because what's really happening in the world around us is often a trigger for our own sense of inadequacy or failure or upset or something that is arising in our emotional state. And so when we accept our emotional state, we are also making acceptance for that which is relaxing your judgments about yourself and offering to yourself the phrase, I love you, until it becomes familiar, until it seems natural, until it becomes the way you are with yourself, and then with the world around you. This is the season of the birth of Jesus, but also the remembrance that we are being born into the Christ. We are being reborn, essentially, as ourselves, as the Christ. And part of that will be this practice of loving yourself, and in so doing, loving the world around you. And in so doing, set the groundwork for loving all that is around you. You deserve love, more love, not less. You deserve to be able to inhale and exhale love, to realize that as you inhale and exhale love, you can trust that all is well.